Growing up, I was raised on a cattle ranch, so I had roads and roads and roads to run, and I can remember the first time I realized I love running was when I realized my legs could carry me fast. I was blessed with a talent that came from God, and I think as a youth, I took that for granted. But there was a point in high school where running became more of a burden than it became fun. I think I let running define who I was as a person, and if I wasn't performing to my own standards or what I thought my parents' standards were, it would leave me feeling broken, and it wasn't fun anymore. So my attitude changed towards running. I forgot what it was like as a young child and feeling that passion and that love for running, and it turned into something that was a struggle and that I just hated doing. And I remember so many meets where I would go out and I wouldn't try, and I did it to spite my parents. It's like I wanted them to see that I was failing, because I felt that if I didn't perform or run fast or win, they wouldn't accept me or love me. And that wasn't the case, but that was a lie that I believed. It wasn't until college that I began to realize that running didn't define who I was. If I failed in running, that didn't make me a failure. If I was successful in running, that wasn't what made me successful either. I learned to find my true identity in Christ, and that then freed me from any burden of having to perform a certain way. Running then became fun again. I started competing in as many local races as I could, winning age group awards, winning medals. In some instances, I would win cash prizes. And eventually that didn't seem to be enough, which then led me to want to do something more. And that something more was being a coach. Being a runner yourself, you can relate then to the athletes that you coach on so many different levels. So what drew me to Newman was probably Dr. George. Just listening to her vision of this school, it's contagious, and it was something I wanted to be a part of. I can see what Newman is doing in the lives of these kids, that they're prepared in all aspects of their life. And to know that sports, while as a youth you may think they're everything, they're really not. I do think though that they provide an opportunity for students to grow and gain strength, and they overcome challenges, and it helps to prepare them for a successful life after Newman. And so as a coach, you get to play a very important and critical role in the life of an athlete that maybe some people will never be able to. You impact them in a way that even teachers can't. A lot of students and athletes will open up to you. You get to know their strengths and their weaknesses, their fears, and you get to help encourage them in all aspects of their life. And to me, that's very fulfilling to watch an athlete and how they grow from the beginning of their time at Newman until they leave Newman, or even from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. We try to build these relationships with our athletes, and to do that, you have to invest time into them. We want every athlete to feel valued and to know that there's a plan that we have for them. Whether they're the back of the pack runner or the front of the pack or the mid-pack, they each hold value to the team. And I think it's important that no matter how much talent they have or don't have, that they feel that they have a part and that they're accepted on the Newman team. And so that was my goal going forward. It was just helping each athlete find kind of their niche and what they were strong at. And I think when you're telling an athlete where they're strong, that encourages them. Sports kind of provides a safe place for them. Some athletes maybe haven't grown up the way we did or in a loving environment, so having a place where they can come and feel that they're valued, and that they're almost needed, I think is important for them. We are not just here because we want to win trophies. I think most of us coaches would be here even if our team wasn't state champion material, because we're here because we love our sport and we know that we can impact the lives of many, which will then change this world and the generations to follow. And that's what makes me want to be a coach. I get to share my passion while also helping harvest a passion in these athletes. I'm Bryanna Petrie, and I am Newman.